Hello and welcome back to the channel. Here's a radio I've had for a little while now, just over a year, but been moving house and been super busy, so I haven't had time to actually even get this out of the box. But I was given this very kindly by Mick, dual band FM radio from Yaesu here, budget entry level radio really from Yaesu this, but nonetheless a super little unit, and I thought I would show you guys what it can do. It has extensive extended receive capabilities between 108 and 137 megs in the AM band, so you can use this for if you're an airplane spotter, you can use this for a bit of that. And also it covers 137 to 174, 174 to 222, 222 to 420, 420 to 470, 470 to 580 megs in those blocks. It's not continuous range coverage, but it goes through that continuous block. So it does cover a nice wide range of frequencies on receive there. And it's a very nice, small, diminutively sized little pocket radio. Incredibly lightweight as well here, as we see it without the battery on the back of it. You're looking at about 160 to 170 pounds here in the UK for this radio. So it's not a Baofeng entry-level radio in terms of cost, but it certainly is in terms of possibly its size and its sort of pared down features, although it does have C4FM, which is the Yaesu Fusion option, which we shall look at later. Now, these are the parts that come with the radio. As usual, a very well-made belt clip from Yaesu here, none of that cheap springy metal you get in the Chinese radios, and a very nice battery here as well. Now, one caveat about the battery I did find when I actually got this plugged in and charged it is that it does take quite a while to charge off of the supplied power adapter. Now, I believe there is a rapid charger which will charge this battery much quicker, but that's something to bear in mind, that the battery does take a full 6 hours to charge from flat, which might be a deal breaker for some. Anyway, this radio offers IP54 dust and ingress protection, and this battery seemed to clip and seal very, very nicely and firmly onto the back of it. And of course, spare batteries can be bought if required. Now, the antenna socket there is a male SMA into a female SMA connector on top of the radio, which is common. And of course, external antennas of different lengths and sizes, and even off of different radios, can be fitted to this radio if you have a particular favourite. Now, switching the radio on, you'll notice that it's actually a single line display as opposed to the dual line display on some of the more budget radios. However, the actual single digits of this display are a lot larger. As you turn the radio on, you're presented with a screen to put your call sign in, which is fairly easy to do by rotating the knob. This also has a orange backlit and keypad screen there that you can see, which is nice and bright, and this is the supplied power adapter that comes with the radio. Now, there is a speaker and headset option as well, which I haven't looked into, but I believe is available freely. And the power cable that you get with the box just plugs straight into the side of it. And there is also a micro USB connected to the side only for data transfer. Now, here's an addendum notice that they put in the box to do with the Wires X and the Fusion setup of this radio, which I'm not going to go through here, although I will show you it working later on in the video. The supplied manual is fairly brief, but really does give you all the information that you need. A more extensive manual can be downloaded from the Yaesu website there at yaesu.com. And funnily enough, it wasn't available on the UK website. Anyway, I thought I'd run this for a test against the Baofeng UV5R, a £20 radio versus a £180 radio. And here are the two weights. They're very, very similar in terms of weight and physical size, with the FT-70DE being slightly wider, but a similar sort of thickness and a similar sort of weight to have dancing around in your pocket there. Although I have to say, obviously the Yaesu is a much better quality made radio all round, but so it should be at that price point. This Yaesu radio is a budget entry level radio for them, with the top end radios that they sell coming in at sort of 2 to 3 times the cost of this radio. But nonetheless, this is a really good entry level radio for somebody that wants to get a decent analog radio with a touch of digital thrown in. And here we can see side by side with the UV5R the differences. Now, looking at this, I think they could have probably squeezed in a dual display into the FT-70DE. I think that would have been a nice feature. However, they've gone with this single display, but looking at it, I think it would have been possible. There is certainly not a lot in it in terms of overall screen size, but it's something to think about if you have problems with your eyesight. Now, with regard to charging, in the UK, I believe it's different in the US. We get the indication light coming on the radio there in red, which after a period of 6 hours, as I found out unfortunately, will turn to green. Now, it may have been because this battery was particularly flat in my case, but it did seem rather a long time to have to wait. Now, with regards to the power settings, it's got 5, 2 and half a watt in both modes. So I decided to plug this into the power meter, and here we are on 2 meters here on the low power setting at 0.36 watts, as you can see. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can actually see a bit closer there. And you'll see I'm operating in digital mode. There is no difference when operating in the FM analog mode. In mid power, it offers 1.53 watts. And then in the high power setting, it offers 4.35 watts, which is very close to the claimed 5 watt output, much closer than many of the Chinese radios achieve. Anyway, on UHF, we start off on low power at 0.43 watts. The book says 0.5, so again, very, very close. And we change the settings then in the radio, which is very quick to do, and we're getting 1.85 watts, which on mid power is claimed to be 2.5, and then on the maximum setting we're up to 4.63. Right, it's a gloomy, horrible, miserable day today. Really nice couple of weeks we've just had, and yeah, not a good day to come out testing radios. But anyway, Mick's back at base. He's about a mile from my house, but roughly a little bit down the dip, but roughly a similar location. And he's got another FT-70 on his external. Well, I might have an external antenna, or certainly a loft antenna. And we're going to do an FM UHF only test here. We're going to do FM and digital, all 3 modes. Now, if we can do this in the car, I'm going to do it. I know we don't normally do that, purely and simply because it's raining and it's windy and it's cold. But we may get out, I'm not sure. Let's see how we get on anyway. See if we can raise Mick from the dead. G0LDB, G7LNK. Right, we got Mick there, I think. Okay, mate, do you want to give us another over there? I just started to record now.
This is G0LDB with the FT-70DE. Just doing a test. I think I might have dropped the key then, I'm not sure, but it's this is on DN mode, G0LDB.
Okay, Mick, I've set my radio to the AMS mode, so do you want to give me an over, just change it to the VW mode, and I'll just check to make sure this switches by itself, okay?
Mode, but it is the lowest bandwidth mode. Go ahead.
Yep, G0LDB returning. It's excellent audio actually, even though you're further away. It's unbelievable. So I bet we wouldn't get this good audio on normal FM. So I'm quite pleased with it, and I'm beginning to like this little radio more and more now.
Yeah, will do. Hold on.
Right, so let's just see if this changes the mode. We're on DN. It's going to change to VW. There you go. It changed.
This is G0LDB to G7LNK. Hello, test. On Fusion. VW mode.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Well, you sound amazing. And yes, it did switch over by itself when we were using AMS mode. It switched all over by itself, so that's excellent. I really like that feature. That redeems itself from its programming conundrum. And yeah, I like the dual function LED lights as well. Really nice. But yeah, you sound amazing, absolutely incredible. And so should we try narrowband FM? Switch it to narrowband FM your end, and we'll just make sure it changes by itself this end.
This is G0LDB changed to FM. This is FM mode on the FT-70DE. G0LDB.
Yeah, quite a difference there. Very quiet. I don't know if that's a setting in the radio. Like I said, the mic gain settings I've left at standard, but the signal seems quite good, just a little bit quiet. But I think that might be just a mic gain thing, whether that's different on the digital modes. But it certainly changed again by itself at this end, and I like the fact that the status indication lights change when we go to normal FM mode. I wonder what I sound like at your end, because I am just sat in the car at this location 3 miles from you.
Yeah, a little low on the audio compared to the other mode, the digital mode, but still fully readable. I think there is a mic gain setting inside the menus on the radio, I'm not sure.
Right, the FM mode a little bit quiet there. That might just be a mic setting. We'll try that at the next location because the signal seemed pretty good on FM, but certainly the digital quality was absolutely fantastic. I've not used any WiseX or Fusion stuff. I've only got D-Star with the Icom, and obviously I've used DMR as well. And I'm really quite impressed with the quality on that. As I said on the video there, it kind of redeems its programming problem, but I still wish they could sort that out. And I believe, according to Mick, the other sort of high-end Yaesu HTs have also got that programming conundrum as well. So if they could sort that out, I think we'd be on to a definite winner. But I really do like this radio. I've had it about a year. It took me a year to get around to doing a review. Never mind. Anyway, let's go to the second location, which is about 7 miles from Mick, and I hope it doesn't rain too much. Right, again, I don't think any need to get out of the car. It's still a bit wet and horrible here. So we're going to try Mick and see if he's around. We're going to first go in on DN mode, which is the lowest quality digital mode, and we'll see if we can pick him up. G0LDB, G7LNK. Are you there, Mick?
Yep, G0LDB returning. All fine. Oh, I was just having a lump of cheese. Okay, ready when you are.
Yeah, I wonder how I sound. Obviously, you don't get the best on this mode, but it is the lowest bandwidth mode. Go ahead.
Yep, G0LDB returning. It's excellent audio, actually, even though you're further away. It's unbelievable. So I bet we wouldn't get this good at audio on normal FM. So I'm quite pleased with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we switch up to the higher quality mode then, Mick? The VW mode?
7LNK, hello test. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. I think we've heard that saying before, Paul. So how did that come through? G0LDB.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. I mean, considering I'm 7 miles away, sat in a car in a tin box, and you're only on I think an external antenna, but you're down in the dip there, aren't you? So I think that's pretty amazing. Shall we see just how bad it is on narrowband FM, shall we? If it switches at this distance. Oh yeah, it did.
G0LDB. Testing with G7LNK. G0LDB. Testing. Hello test. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. G0LDB.
Yeah, so quiet, isn't it? So quiet. Are you getting me, Mick?
Yeah, I'm still getting you, Paul. And I had a look at the mic gain on the menu, and it is function 31. Mine's set on 6 at the moment, and it will go up to 9.
Okay, I'll try changing mine up. Hang on a sec. I'm going to stop recording. Right, G7LNK returning. Yeah, I've set my mic gain. G7LNK returning. Yeah, I've set my mic gain to 9. Has that made any difference, Mick? To 9. Has that made any difference, Mick?
G0LDB returning. Yeah, that made quite a bit of difference. Brought it up about half again. Still a little bit of white noise, skinny creeping in the background, but it's fine. G0LDB.
Okay, right, it's still very quiet from your end. I don't know if you've changed your mic setting. We'll drop back down to VW for a final then, Mick. And then we'll just try it on the Baofeng UV5R and narrowband FM, okay? We'll try the UV5R. G0LDB, this is G7LNK portable on the UV5R testing. 0LDB, this is G7LNK portable on the UV5R testing. Got the Roger bleep.
Yeah, I've got you there, Paul. You're quiet. You're quiet compared to the FM mode on the Yaesu. But I've still got you. It's readable anyway. G0LDB.
Yeah, likewise. I apologise. I've got the Roger bleep on here. I like the fact on UV5R the volume, you can just spin the top. I always find with one-handed on the Yaesu it's hard to adjust the volume, isn't it? Because you have to push the button on the side at the same time. But yeah, it's the same sort of audio, Mick, isn't it? Quiet on here. I don't know if that's a function of the radio that end. I'm not sure. Right, we just got out of the car. I'm going to try Mick again outside. It stinks. I'm not going to be too long. G0LDB, G7LNK. Do you want to give us an over, Mick? And I'll see if I'm out of the car now, so I'm stood up in between rain showers. I don't know if you're recording at your end or not. And see how this sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
G0LDB. Returning, yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine, Paul. Perfect. I am recording it actually if it comes out. So, and I'm talking from behind the radio at the moment. I'm not looking at the radio, so I hope it's coming out your end okay. I'm about 6 inches away from the radio at the moment. So, a quick brown fox jogs over the lazy dog. G0LDB.
Yeah, you're sounding great, mate. What we'll do on the way back, if you don't mind, I'll do a bit of a mobile in the car test as well, as we're sort of set up. If that's okay with you, we'll see how it goes mobile.
On DN, and it was the other one. You were clipping in and out like that before, Paul. So yeah, this is good. If it keeps this up like this all the way back to Bunbury, that'll be good, very good. I'll be well impressed then.
Yeah, same here, Mick. Yeah, this is very, very good. I'm in the car. I'm coming to a bit of a patchy area now, which is those trees by the transmitter near Farthinghoe, and it's a wooded area. Do you want to just give me an over to see if I can hold you going through here?
Yeah, okay, G0LDB returning to G7LNK. Right, this moment in time, this is a very wooded area. And we're doing a test transmission. Let's see what the digital mode is like on the Yaesu radio. On the FT-70DE. Not much with this tool, this transmission, this mode anyway before. And we're just starting to look into it, and it's beginning to get very interesting. G0LDB. Do you still receive all that, Paul?
Yeah, G7LNK mobile. I certainly did, Mick. Yeah, it got a little bit scratchy, but pretty darn good to be honest. It was a tiny little bit scratchy as I went through the trees, but amazing. We'd never have got that on narrowband FM, not a chance. So yeah, amazing. I never knew the digital modes would cut through as well as this does.
In 200 yards, speed.
Right, I'm not going to fully get into the programming of these radios. Safe to say it's fairly straightforward to do once you get into the software and get it connected. However, the preceding part is ridiculous. This is, I don't know what Yaesu are playing at here, but to program this radio, you download the software off their site. It comes with the USB cable, the mini USB cable, but you actually have to disconnect the battery. Can you believe it? You actually have to take the battery out. I mean, I don't know of any other radio where you have to do this. You have to take the battery out. So you plug in the AC adapter, disconnect the AC adapter, hold in the AMS button while you then plug in the AC adapter, the AMS button in and turn it on, and it comes up in this mode, ADMS. And then believe it or not, you're still not finished. You then have to go to the software. Let me just take you off the tripod here. You then have to go to the software, go to communications. You first need to set your port up, as you do with all these. You can find it in the device manager. Get data from FD, and so we've done all this stage so far. And then once you click OK, you have to be quite quick to do this. You have to hold the band key down as soon as you've done it. So you go OK. Try again. It's OK. Hold down TX. And now it's actually working. But how many times has that taken me to do that? Honestly, Yaesu, sort this out. Now that problem in programming the radio really could be a deal breaker for some people. It's such a shame that the radio is let down by such a poorly implemented practice to have to go through that procedure. Now, I'm very computer literate and technically able, and it took me 10 attempts to do that at first, and that really is not acceptable. Yaesu must sort this out, and I don't think they're going to be able to on this radio. So I had to point that out if you're looking into buying this radio. It's the only radio that I've ever had and owned where I would actually recommend you program it through the keypad rather than go through the stress and aggravation of actually trying to get and do that. So anyway, but overall I really love this radio. I think it's a great little radio. It's a shame it's took me so long to get around to get it out of the box and have a play with it. I think on the test you'll agree with Mick that digital radio to digital radio, this really did cut through where we could barely hear each other on analog FM there. So if you're in a situation where you need some relatively cheap radios, you like to have that digital feature, perhaps a bit of privacy or security, then you could go for this option there fairly inexpensively. And I think this is a nice radio to have alongside all your other radios, let alone anything else. It's certainly a lot more money than the Baofeng offerings and the cheaper, more affordable Chinese radios, but then you are getting a lot more money radio for your money. And also a thing I didn't cover on this, of course, that this radio will work with the Fusion repeater systems as well. So we have a couple near me which I will eventually program into the radio and get and use, hopefully, so we can enter that side of the hobby too. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this look at this radio. Like I say, I'm a little bit late to the party here, but nonetheless I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and some of you may have found it useful if you're considering buying one of these new. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, and if you're not already a member, please subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video when I put one out. Click the little bell icon to be notified, and keep an eye on the channel coming up in the next few days for another test of the TRC-214 radios, where we take them out and about in the sunshine this time and have a little play to see how they compete against PMR radios. If you have been, thanks ever so much for watching. 73s.